The galactic trade station orbited a dying star, its metallic corridors humming with the chatter of 1,000 species. Merchants haggled over quantum crystals, diplomats negotiated treaties in hermetically sealed chambers, and security drones patrolled with cold, unblinking efficiency. It was a place of order, of protocol, of strict adherence to interstellar law. That order shattered the moment 3 dragon cubs materialized in Docking Bay 7. They were small, barely the size of human children, but their scales shimmered like molten gold in crimson fire. Their eyes, ancient and intelligent, swept across the station with a mixture of confusion and defiance. The largest of the 3, Phyra, spread her wings instinctively, a protective gesture over her younger siblings. Smoke curled from her nostrils as the cubs huddled together, their claws scraping against the station's sterile floor. Within seconds, alarms blared. Security Captain Vexthor, a towering Krillian with 6 arms and exoskeleton armor, descended upon the scene with his squad. His compound eyes narrowed at the sight of the cubs. Unregistered biological entities detected. Vexthor's translator crackled. Potential Class 4 hazard. Initiate containment protocol. Phyra's lip curled back, revealing rows of needle-sharp teeth. She understood enough of the galactic common tongue to know they were in danger. Her siblings pressed closer against her flanks, whimpering softly. She would not let them be taken. Stand down, creatures, Vexthor commanded, his mechanical voice devoid of warmth. Surrender for processing or face neutralization. The security team advanced, energy nets crackling in their appendages. They had dealt with dangerous fauna before. This would be no different. But they had never encountered dragons that Phyra's roar split the air like thunder. Flames erupted from her maw, not the wild spray of a frightened animal, but a focused torrent aimed precisely at the advancing squad's feet. The metal floors superheated instantly, forcing the security team to stumble backward. Her siblings joined in, smaller flames dancing around the perimeter, creating a ring of fire that kept the station's enforcers at bay. Hostile action confirmed. Vexthor barked into his comm, requesting lethal authorization. The cubs snarled and snapped, their wings beating against the smoke-filled air. Phyra's heart pounded. She could feel her siblings' fear, their exhaustion. They had been fleeing for days through the dimensional rifts, escaping hunters who sought their kind for scales and bone. This was supposed to be sanctuary, not another prison. But they were young, tired, and despite their fire, the security team was regrouping with heavier weapons. Then, a voice cut through the chaos, calm, firm, and distinctly human. Stand down, all of you. Kalen strode through the smoke like he owned the station. He was unremarkable by galactic standards. No exoskeleton, no extra limbs, no bioluminescent displays of dominance. Just a human male in worn leather and carbon weave, his dark hair tied back, his eyes carrying the weight of someone who had seen too much and still chose to care. Vexthor's mandibles clicked in irritation. This is a security matter, human. Vacate the area immediately. I don't think so, Kalen replied, positioning himself between the cubs and the security team. He didn't even glance at the weapons trained on him. His attention was entirely on Phyra. The dragon cub's eyes locked with his. She saw no fear there, no greed, no threat, only recognition, understanding. Slowly, deliberately, Kalen lowered himself to one knee. He extended his hand, palm open, and spoke in a language that shouldn't have existed, the ancient tongue of dragons, words that predated most civilizations in the galaxy. Valera Nos, young firebearer. You are safe now. Phyra's flames sputtered and died. Her siblings ceased their snarling. How did this human know their language? How did he speak the words of the first flight? Impossible, Vexthor hissed. How do you? I spent 5 years on Draken Prime, Kalen interrupted, still focused on the cubs. I was there when the hunters attacked. I helped evacuate the hatcheries. His voice grew softer, tinged with old pain. I couldn't save them all, but I swore I'd protect any who made it out. He reached into his jacket slowly, producing a small crystal that pulsed with warm, golden light. The cub's eyes widened in recognition. A dragon heart stone, given only to those deemed worthy by the dragon elders. Phyra took a tentative step forward, then another, until her scaled snout pressed against Kalen's outstretched hand. The human's palm was warm, calloused from work and battle, but gentle. He scratched beneath her jaw the way the elders used to. And despite everything, Fyra felt tears prick her ancient young eyes. "Protector," she whispered in the dragon tongue. "You are Protector." "Yes," Kalen confirmed. "And I'm not letting anyone take you." He stood, turning to face Vexthor with a look that could freeze plasma. "These cubs are under my protection, as a registered guardian of Draken Prime, a title recognized under Article 47 of the Galactic Preservation Act. I am invoking sanctuary rights for endangered sentient species." Vexthor's exoskeleton creaked with tension. "They attacked my security team. They defended themselves from perceived threats," Kalen countered. "They're children, Captain. Terrified, hunted children. You came at them with weapons. What did you expect?" The Krillian's compound eyes flickered with calculation. Humans were notorious for their legal loopholes and their stubborn refusal to back down when it came to protecting others. And this one had documentation, credentials, and, most dangerously, the moral high ground. "Fine," Vexthor finally growled. "But they remain your responsibility. Any damage, any incident, falls on you." "Agreed," Kalen said without hesitation. The security team withdrew, grumbling but compliant. As the station's systems reset and life returned to normal, Kalen knelt again before the three cubs. Fyra's siblings had crawled closer now, sensing safety. "You're going to stay with me," Kalen told them gently. "I have a ship, and I know a place. A sanctuary where dragons are rebuilding. It'll take us a few weeks to get there, but you'll be safe. I promise." Fyra studied the human's face. In her short life, she had learned to read intentions, to sense the truth behind words. She saw no deception in Kalen, only resolve and a fierce protective instinct that rivaled her own. "Why?" she asked in dragon tongue. "Why protect us? We are not your kind." Kalen smiled then, sad and warm at once. "Because someone has to. Because I've seen what the galaxy does to the defenseless, and I decided a long time ago that I wouldn't just watch anymore." He paused, his expression hardening with determination. "And because you're kids. That's reason enough." Fyra made a sound, half purr, half rumble, and pressed her head against his chest. Her siblings followed suit, their small wings wrapping around the human protector. As Kalen led the cubs toward his docking bay, station denizens watched in awe and confusion. A human walking with dragon cubs. It was unprecedented, absurd even. But those who looked closely saw something that transcended species. A protector, and those he'd sworn to guard in the cold vastness of space. Among creatures who valued profit and power above all else, humanity had found its true strength. The willingness to stand between the helpless and harm, even when it defied all logic to do so. And for three small dragons, that made all the difference.